I've been playing a lot of a board game lately called Disney Villainous, and I said to myself, I don't have enough Disney video games on the channel. I played enough of them as a kid, but I don't have a lot of them on the channel, and like most of them are DuckTales. So, let's play The Little Mermaid for the NES, a short, unassuming game about Ariel, Princess of the Sea, who fell in love with Eric, some guy, at first sight. She asked Ursula to make her human so she could meet him. He fell in love with her too, and planned to marry her. In a canoe. Then one day, Sebastian and his horrible human mouth came to see Ariel in a big hurry. They explained that Ursula had cast a spell over the fish of the sea, and they would have to do what she wanted, and I want you to keep this theme in mind. Ariel decided to go to Ursula's castle and try and release the fish from Ursula's spell. She explained to Eric's enormous nose that she was a mermaid and a princess of the sea, and that she must try to save her friends. I also want you to keep in mind that Ariel has identified the fish of the sea as her friends. And Eric had just eaten a special brownie, or so the artwork would have us believe. And that's really all there is to this game, is you swim around, and you pick up seashells, and you throw seashells at treasure chests to get red balls. Here's our subscreen. You see we have power and range, and that's going to increase the ability for us to shoot our magic bubbles at the fish of the sea, and then throw the fish of the sea at other fish of the sea, or just into walls, or otherwise just murder them, essentially. Remember, we're doing this to save the fish of the sea, except we don't really want to save the fish of the sea. We just want to throw them at things. And that's basically how the entire game goes. I want to not get killed by this octopus. I'm just going to take this guy's shell. Up here. And this gets us a green ball, which is a little extra range for our bubble magic. If we die, we lose all of our bubble magic. But the other game system that this game has is if you throw one of the fish of the sea at one of these little nooks or crannies or crenellations in the walls or ceilings of the ocean floor, you get pickups. Like a snarfblat, or a dinglehopper, or a thingamabob. That was a stupid way to take damage. We need to get this shell. Look at these tiny fish of the sea. We must trap them. We must trap them. We'll use our seashell too. There we go, as a shield. So we can open this box and get a little bit more range. For you see, can I actually get down here and get into this little crenellation? I can't. You can't throw fish of the sea downwards, only upwards. And seashells you can throw downwards. You can't throw them downwards, but you can kind of drop them in certain cases. Here's our first boss fight. This is Sharkman Jones. I just missed Sharkman Jones with my first fish of the sea bubble. Because you'll recall from the movie The Little Mermaid, where Ariel had crazy bubble magic with her flippers. That was a thing in the movie, right? I almost got another hit on that shark right there, but... Oh, here we go. This is the goal of the game, is to collect these magic potions that look like they belong in a Zelda game. Come to think of it, there was a mermaid in one of the Zelda games, wasn't there? One of the Game Boy ones. Like, the first Game Boy one. Ursula is going to the sunken ship. Watch out, Ariel. We never get the opportunity to trap flounder in a bubble. Sometimes, if you kick up enough sand, you find seashells. And we're going to take this seashell over here. So now we've got crazy trip bubbles! What? Triple bubbles, who would have guessed? Oh, I guess we could have saved that seashell by pushing this barrel very slowly down the stairs. It would have opened the treasure box eventually, but you can't kick a barrel with your tail unless you have the trip bubs. If you don't have trip bubs, it's not happening for you, bro. And you can't open up treasure boxes with the fish of the sea either. They're only good for finding snarfblats and dinglehoppers and what have you. So this treasure box here, we're going to kick this barrel down. You wanna come play? You wanna come play? Here you go. Hey, my barrel vanished. What's Donkey Kong up here? He's slacking off. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go very, very slowly. And a little bit more range. Excellent. I think whenever you get a power-up, it resets your range, because that's how bubble magic works. And if you don't understand that, then, I mean, you're just not going to be able to be a pro My Little Mermaid esports player like I am. It's insane. I actually just watched, there's a new YouTube channel. I'd say I'm addicted to it, but they don't have really enough videos to binge watch yet. They just do, like, ranking videos. Like, there was one, like, what's the most played Steam game every year for 10 years or whatever. And I checked, and the biggest esports game in 2013 was The Little Mermaid on NES. I don't know why. Like, the internet's just weird sometimes. Maybe it, like, 4chan got a hold of it and it became, like, a meme or something. I have no idea, but... Oh, I got the maximum bubs! I got red bubs! I'm so strong I can now push this ruby rock very slowly along the deck of the ship. Okay. We didn't swim after it fast enough and it despawned. And then this guy respawned. This is a Capcom game from the era of Disney games where they were like, you know what? Let's make a completely unrelated game that has nothing to do with the Disney property, and then just buy the Disney license and force it over top. And this is how Scrooge McDuck ends up with... Really? I'm going to mess this up twice? This is how Scrooge McDuck ends up with a pogo stick, and how Ariel ends up with crazy bubble magic. Because there's not a scene in the movie where she pushes a ruby rock like this very slowly along the inside of a ship. There we go. That's what we need. That's what we need right there. Now we can open this box. Obviously, you can play the game much faster if you forego all this stuff, but what kind of coward would do that? Now I want whatever in here. See, just let it drop into the little crevice, and we got a dingle hopper. So good, kids. I think there's actually a heart right up here, which is good, because we got a boss fight coming up. Yeah, big heart, nice. You get 5 hearts in the game, but at the beginning of each level only starts you with 3, and I'm not really sure why. Welcome to the hardest boss in the game. The boss of level 2 is Flotsam and Jetsam. And we're taking a lot of stupid damage. Remember, if we die... Or maybe I haven't explained this yet, but yeah, if we die, we lose our... All of our bubbles go back to level 1. And the reason this is the hardest boss in the game is because the little crab monsters you need to throw at the big eel monsters can only be bubbleized if they're walking towards you. Which is not super helpful. Come on, one more throw here. Oh, really? He's gonna spawn on top of me? Right in my hitbox like a schmo? Oh, I don't think I can get any more power. So this boss just got 10 times harder, believe it or not. So we're gonna take our little... So we have little stupid bubbles. Now that's barely even a bubble. That's barely even water vapor right there. So now it's gonna take 2 hits to bubbleize a crab. We have to build our vast bubble empire back up from nothing. And these eels are not cooperating. Fortunately, monsters do kind of get stunned, even if you can't bubbleize them. Where are we going? Right here? Oh, I guess you can stun the crabs as they're walking towards you. That's just biology, let's be honest. That's Darwinism in action. Alright, let's get our Zelda potion and move on to the next level. This game was made for 5-year-old girls back in the 90s, so it's not the most challenging game in the world, but I don't know. I find it's like comfort food. The fiendish Ursula froze the sea. Be careful, the ice is very slippery. Said Sebastian the liar, because the sea is clearly not frozen. There are just icebergs floating in it. We need... Oh, my shell is gone. Does it respawn, I wonder? Can I get it back? Enemies respawn. It does respawn. Good, because we're going to need it. We are gonna need it. Get out of here, fish of the sea. Oh, you know what? Let's kick it off the other way, and then it'll fall onto the ice shelf down here. Ah, nice. Okay. Because we need to build up our bubbles again. We need to get up to the red bubs once more. Come here, fish of the sea. There you go. Excuse me? Are you... Wait. Ursula froze my shell in the wall. Evil magic is afoot in the sea today. Maybe we come from the other side for that treasure box. Maybe that's what we do. Here, fish of the sea, swim into my shell. Thank you. Yeah, let's come from this way, like we're not stupid. There was nothing in the treasure box. I was betrayed by treasure. And not even, like, pirate treasure. Oh, you know what? I'll bet this treasure box has good stuff in it. Let's, see if we can't get a heart somewhere. Got a Snarfblat. You may not be able to tell, because I'm kind of making fun of this game in my jovial and self-deprecating way that I do, but The Little Mermaid is very possibly my favorite Disney movie, and it has been since I was a child. Hey, I got some extra range for my terrible bubbles. My little tiny just fart of water vapor that I have. We can throw this guy into a wall up here. No, we can't. So we can't do anything with this rock, because we're not strong enough. We don't have enough power. Hey, there's a beautiful, beautiful dingle hopper. Now we can comb our hair. I'm just going to go over you. Slide off to the right. I think we want to do the second box, because the first one's going to be too obvious, right? But if we go down, there is no other box on the screen. This box has to have something in it. And it does! More range. Shoutouts to Jay Kai for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.